Token Metrics is a cryptocurrency investment platform that helps users leverage machine learning to become better crypto investors. Our in-depth analysis helps eliminate the emotions of investing, find profitable investment opportunities, and filters out scams. Learn more at tokenmetrics.com.
We are live. Welcome to the Token Metrics Market Update Show. I'm your host, Bill Noble. This stream is brought to you by tokenmetrics.com. Please like and subscribe to our channel. If you need a roadmap in crypto and you need to make money in crypto, then again, subscribe here. And if you like the content, please hit that like button. Let's welcome people to the stream. Crypto Student, Wax, hi. Silent Sandal, all right. How you doing? Sebastian, good to see you. Sanjeet, Steven, Wallace, DT, Gene, Coco. Good evening from Cyprus, Nigel. Jerry Connell, how you doing? Sanjeet K, hi. Superman, 1450 and Farid. Michael Rowland, Victor from Spain. We want to welcome everybody to the show in the US and all across the world. London, Tyson, Marcus, Sweden. All right. Thanks for being on the stream. Thanks for supporting me. And thanks for supporting the Token Metrics YouTube channel. All right, folks, crypto's pumping today. So let's jump into the market update. Relief. Finally, right? Fear had hit its peak. Support held. Let's jump into the charts. The dollar to the rescue. The dollar index rolling over and falling apart. Awesome for crypto. I think the trade that's happening is that inflation numbers have come out. Fear of the Fed is priced in for the moment. So the dollar, after rallying for, I don't know, over a year, has finally started to come off. So this is going to create what I think could be at least a 4-day pump in the dollar. I'm sorry, a 4-day pump in crypto. U.S. interest rates topping out or at resistance. The U.S. 10-year note yield hitting resistance at the 200-week moving average. That's the black line. Okay, so dollar down, interest rates chill. That's great for crypto because the opposite was toxic, as you've witnessed during this sort of painful correction. Now, when last we spoke, all right, prior to yesterday's live stream, somebody kind of rightly noted that I was like, I have 2,800 as support, but I really don't know where support is in Ethereum. So I mentioned support and said I couldn't find it. And then yesterday, before the stream, I found it. It's at the bottom of the weekly Bollinger Band. What's a Bollinger Band? Well, it uses statistics to tell you what the upper and lower limits of a market should be in a normal world. So ETH had gone from 4,800 in November and all the way down to the bottom Bollinger Band around 2,900, all right, recently. So a lot of times when you hit the bottom Bollinger Band, after literally going straight down towards it, there's a bounce. That bounce could be 4 days. That bounce could be 4 weeks. I tend to think it may be more in NFTs, but it's pretty clear nobody wants to be short ETH at 3,000. We kind of knew that. And there probably is going to be appetite for crypto between now and Tuesday at a minimum. So it's kind of a 4-day pump, all right? But on a weekly basis, ETH looks decent. Okay, Bitcoin, very similar on the daily chart, right? Bitcoin hit its bottom Bollinger Band and then bounced above the 21-day moving average, all right? Basically, we knew that there were orders below 40K. Everybody knew that. Now, the question is, are people who are looking to buy it at 40 going to capitulate and pay up? Are they going to say, damn, we missed it? And are they going to bid it up to either 46K or 52? My sense is Bitcoin will probably be a market leader next week, and you might see 46K. I don't think they sold the market down hard enough to get a bounce to 52. Naturally, since I work for a cryptocurrency company, I would love to be surprised. But realistically, I think if there's going to be a bounce, it'll probably stop at 46K. Now, CME Bitcoin Futures, same sort of story, except it hasn't taken out its 21-day moving average yet, around 43K. So, yeah, I think it's a 4-day pump in crypto. Yeah, I think Bitcoin could do better, but it does give me at least a little bit of pause, right? It makes me go, all right, maybe I don't go full FOMO here, even though I think it can go higher. Let's make this market prove itself. Let's make that Bitcoin futures contract punch through. Because after all, during January, we were expecting equity market investors to come in and buy the Bitcoin ETF, which should pull the Bitcoin futures contract higher. All right, now, what altcoins should you be involved in? In other words, if you should have bought the dip or you're thinking about FOMOing in, what coins should you do that with? Now, obviously, this show is brought to you by tokenmetrics.com. Let me take it one step further. In this type of a market where it's tough to figure out whether what dips do I buy, and if the trend starts, what do I stay with? What do I day trade? What do I hold for a week? Okay, I can only tell you what I'm doing. I am going to strictly stick with whatever is coming up with on tokenmetrics.com, right? In our indices and our ratings. So if I see it in an index, right, the daily and weekly indices, those are the altcoins I'm sticking with, right? I'm not going to just throw it at a dartboard. Now, yes, I work at that company, and this show is sponsored by them. But in a world where you don't know if it's a 4-day pump or a 4-week pump, I'm sitting here just being raw, looking at the camera going, what am I going to say? And I'm like, how do I know whether this is a 4-day rally or a 4-week rally? I said, well, you know what? I don't have to. I'm just going to go where our AI goes, put it together with some charts, and really lean heavily on that style of analysis until, you get real clarity, right, as to whether or not, we should be afraid of the Fed or not. All right. So let's take a look at the chat. We have Lisbon, Portugal. Hi. 52,200 is where we're headed, according to Ekai. Very interesting view. Ekai also says, I could have told you it was there, McDuff. That's me, I guess. Bollinger and RSI, that's me on the weekly for my swing trades all year. So we've learned something, right, that you have to be checking Bollinger Bands on daily, probably on weekly charts at a minimum. Okay. Why do I always miss buying the dip? Well, you don't always miss buying the dip. You only have to get one dip right to catch a major move. And sometimes, as one of my colleagues used to say, sometimes if you miss it, you miss it. Crypto always gives you another chance. Hello from Lithuania and Nigeria. Now, Sanjeet is asking a good question. Is it too late to buy some NEAR? Let's get to that in a second. Okay, so we're looking at FTT, right? FTX token. There was a liquidity event with this big drop below 39. This coin is pretty beat up. Now it's gone straight up. So if there's a dip back to 39, this could be something to consider, right? Because again, upside is all the way up at 51. And if there's a speculative shockwave in crypto that lasts more than 4 days, or if people pile into NFTs, all right, some of these exchange coins may wind up benefiting. Okay, Yearn Finance, all right, as Nigeria, California, and Montreal join the stream. Yearn Finance, DeFi is going to be a theme of 2022. The question is, what DeFi coins do you buy? Where do you maintain a core long? In other words, you can maintain a defensive crypto portfolio. You can hold, like, say, Bitcoin, ETH, and stable coins, but what other coins do you mix in? Not investment advice. Okay, Yearn is just now taking out its 21-day moving average. Okay, this coin, this project has changed its tokenomics. And as long as I see it, all right, in the Coinbase index, I'm going to stay with it. You know, CRV has been on a tear, right? I agree. So if you are doing your own research in DeFi, there may be DeFi coins that you can hold right up until sell in May and go away. Now, Gala, Metaverse, right? This is so beat up. It started at 80 cents and it came all the way down to 30. Now it's poking its head through 35 cents. It has not paid to buy this coin above its 21-day moving average. So let's use this as a leading indicator, right? You know, Gala and Sand, yes, to the moon. All right, somebody is saying that. So if Gala does confirm the breakout above the 21-day, then it could be game on into Metaverse until March. All right. I say let them prove that it's a breakout before coming in, right? If it breaks out, comes back and holds, then go with it, especially after Tuesday. Now, if you want to jump in because this pump could last until Monday and Tuesday, I don't blame you. The way I'm going to use this chart is a leading indicator, right? I don't want to buy something up 14% because it hasn't paid to do that. If it's a real breakout, the market will tell you. Coinbase Pro Index. Okay, so this is going to be, you know, how I'm really approaching this market going forward. So Yearn, Chainlink, right? Internet Computer Protocol, and Cosmos. So if there are core holdings to try and say catch the balance of this rally, whatever it is, 4 days or 4 weeks, then let's try and do that. Okay, taking a break, we have Caracas and Argentina. Hi there, welcome. Okay, crypto.com. Now, what you don't know or may not know about Token Metrics is there's been a huge expansion in the number of exchanges that we're creating daily, weekly, and monthly indices for. So where is the crypto.com index staying? Well, near. So somebody asked about near, right? I think you definitely stay with near as long as our indices are, right? Our indices caught Solana and the major moonshot there, and you could have one in near. Kava, again, a DeFi protocol, right? If you pick the right DeFi protocol, you're going to make money in 2022. Chainlink, right? Slower moving, yes, all right, but still a good value play, right? Still a good value play. If Chainlink connects an interoperable world, Chainlink at 26 could be too cheap, not investment advice, and Harmony is in there. Now, also note that a lot of these indices are beginning to allocate money to stable coins and gold coins, meaning that our indices suspect that maintaining a slightly defensive posture is wise. So trade it, sling it, buy it for 4 days. If that turns into 4 weeks, the AI is telling you what to hold. Okay, FTX. Now, very interesting. Pax Gold, USDT, and Tether Gold, okay, make up about 60% of the portfolio. All right. So before you get too crazy, this chart, this portfolio probably argues for a 4-day rally or a 4-day pump, right? After the 4-day pump, maybe you wait. Obviously, Chainlink remains a core holding. Now, one of the other questions that we're going to have is what's going on with Phantom, okay? Phantom, all right, 317 is resistance. Phantom was below its 21-day moving average for 3 days. That was likely a liquidity event, right? And then Phantom takes off. So if you missed the dip in Phantom, all right, then you might just say, I missed the dip in Phantom. Over a 4-day period, Phantom could make a new high. It could, right? Would I chase it? Honestly, no. But this is the type of coin that, could go up a lot. The question is, how do you locate the trade? I mean, your choices are FOMO in here and put the stop at 260. Right now, it's trading around 3. Or you close your eyes and FOMO in. Not investment advice, right? The entry point was probably well below the market. But Phantom is a leader. And if I was going to, I hate to say this, FOMO into anything, it would be something that showed up in our index like NEAR. Now, something that I like as a value play, something I think that could be a core holding that has just been destroyed is a DeFi with interoperability play called Rune. Not investment advice, but I think this protocol may be breaking out, right? Somewhere in the DeFi universe, there are winners that haven't showed themselves yet. Last year, the trade was to find layer ones that were low cap that suddenly turned into big cap. I think that's going to be true in both small DeFi coins, beat up DeFi coins, DeFi coins that are reinventing themselves, possibly Aave, Sushi, and Yearn, along with Rune. And I think NFTs could be a big, big part of the narrative. Now, somebody's asking, why Token Metrics AI never picks Phantom? Okay, that's a good question, and we're researching that. And who knows, Phantom could start showing up in the index as it makes a new high, because sometimes our AI picks up on momentum trades, right? But until it does, I'm going to stay chill. Now, if you're hodling Phantom, no reason to stop hodling. Avax coming up right here. Taz, good timing, man. Okay, Avax has to get above 97. All right. I kind of figured in Avax you were going to see like 73, right? Pay up in Avalanche today, right? I mean, obviously, this could be a bargain. If there was something that I just said, all right, I don't have it, but the trade location's pretty good. I mean, you're at 97 and the 21-day moving average is at like 94. So if you're like, all right, I cannot control myself, I got to have it, okay, you can probably get involved in Avax and put the stop like $4 lower, right? If you really, really wanted to get involved. Now, I wanted the juicy buy point to be 73. I may not get that, okay? So Avax looks okay. It would look a lot better if it could punch through 97. All right. And obviously, I want all Avax holders and Avax to do better because I think the key to the market going up is that ETH, Avax, and Solana have got to start catching up to NEAR and Phantom, right? The whole market's not going to get led by 2 layer ones. Yeah, the 2 layer ones might go up, but to have this be more than a 4-day pump, we need everybody participating. Okay, KDA, another layer 1 solution that has gotten pummeled since mid-November. I really thought there was going to be a breakout earlier. Now it's taking out the 21-day moving average around 9.6. With coins like this, where you say, all right, wow, in my mind, I can see this thing going back to its highs. And if this market does nothing but go up between now and say March, then you'll be looking back at KDA and saying, I wish I bought it at 9.6. So if you're bullish and you want to do a trade, not bet the rent money, then it could be worth it to take a shot at KDA and put a stop just below the market, betting that there's going to be a 3 or 4 day rally. All right. Now, if there isn't a 3 or 4 day rally, you better stop out. Right. If KDA shows up in a token metrics index or starts moving up in our layer 1 ranking page, then I'd go with it. Right. But I'm not in the mood to catch the falling knife unless it shows up in our index. Now, Solana, I really want to say that, Solana has turned around. Okay. Solana has stopped the bleeding. It got above a Gann point at 142, but it's got so much work to do, right? I mean, the downside target of a head and shoulders pattern is 100. And I have some concerns that if Solana fails at 151, this whole market could turn around. This could turn around and go to 100, right? This chart is one of the reasons why I'm not like totally ballistic going major bottom, buy everything for the next 6 weeks. It could be, but I really would like to see something good out of Solana because I don't see how the entire market explodes without Solana participating. At least, doing something good, right? So buy what you like, buy what's good, but you don't have to buy everything with all of your money right this second, okay? Solana is giving you a decent entry point if you haven't owned it. But if you're stuck and you bought Solana much higher, then watch this rally because if it stops, that could be the point to get out, which is something I have not brought up. So I'd love a 4-day rally. I think that's going to happen, right? So today, rest of the week, Monday, Tuesday, okay? But after that, you have to ask yourself, is this an opportunity to get out? The Solana chart is the discussion point for that topic. Now, Polkadot, oh my God. Thank God Polkadot stopped going down. I mean, Polkadot at 23, I was like, come on, man. Really? That's ridiculous. So Polkadot really should be at 38. That's where Polkadot should be at, right? So like Chainlink, I think Polkadot is this like completely unappreciated blue chip. And if this market rips to the upside, like if there's going to be a 4-week uptrend, okay, you're going to see 38 or higher in Polkadot, right? Now, that said, Polkadot has got to stop this dance around 25, right? We'll know if the market's for real, if Polkadot starts acting like it's never going back to 25, okay? It's as simple as that, right? One of the things that's needed for the health of this market is rallies and things like Solana and Polkadot. Okay, now let's talk about stocks as we welcome Brazil. All right. In this rally, all right, if you were a stock fund manager, right, and the markets have entered a phase where the inflation statistic came out today. There's another one tomorrow. Today was consumer prices. Tomorrow is producer prices. And it's assumed that the Federal Reserve is going to raise rates in March, and they've got a lot of rate raising to do. Okay, so that fear trade, at least leg one of it, has been done. So equities, as usual, go below the 21-day moving average and come screaming back. This is the 4th time it's happened since October. Now, if you were an equities fund manager and you were like, okay, crypto's awesome, but stocks, I think, are screwed this year. Right? In fact, if crypto has a problem this year, it's going to be because of stocks. And I think from the way this candlestick looks, okay, people are using this rally in stocks to get out. even if stocks make a new high, this is S&P futures. I think fund managers are going to actually sell stocks and buy bonds. All right. Now, again, for crypto, what does that mean? Well, 4-day rally, right? Could be 4 weeks. We don't know. But I think it's more likely that there's a 4-day rally in cryptos and possibly a bigger rally in NFTs. Because I think starting Tuesday, money is going to begin getting parked in the NFT universe. Now, unfortunately, I can't chart NFTs. I know Token Metrics is working on an NFT grading system done by both human and our quant team. But the point is this: trade while you can. Take advantage over the next 4 days. Reevaluate, stay with the Token Metrics indices. If we go to the ARK ETF, okay, so this is highly speculative tech stocks, the altcoins of the equity market, right? Right now, there's a big pause at the 21-day moving average. So it was getting sold, and now it's stopped. Now, wouldn't it be awesome if there was a big rally, right? Because crypto would go up for 4 weeks or 6 weeks if that was the case. But right now, fund managers are unloading, and the bigger picture on this is the bowling ball falling out of a building. Can't get that right. It's the bowling ball thrown out of a building formation. So unless there's going to be a really big rally in speculative stocks, people are going to use this rally to get out. You want to keep that in mind if you're sitting there going, gee, I missed out, right? Find something that's in our indices, find something that's beat up, find something that's a layer one or in DeFi, or, keep some capital for a reasonable NFT investment, right? Especially if it's Metaverse connected. What is that? I don't know, but I suspect NFTs are going to do better than the crypto market starting Tuesday. All right. Thoughts on the future of the Metaverse? All right. I think that the Metaverse is bright, the future, obviously. I think big corporations are going to get involved, and you're looking at a speculative shockwave in Metaverse-related NFTs, right? In other words, the next generation of the Bored Ape Club, all right, the Bored Ape Yacht Club, or imitating the Bored Ape Yacht Club, it is not the investment that I want to do. The investment that I want to do is either in select tokens for the Metaverse, but I think a theme is going to emerge where Metaverse land, right? Prime Metaverse land is going to be the investment of choice, right? That's where the speculation and the asset allocation is going to go. All right. Let's take a look at quests we've got in the chat. Okay, someone's asking for REN. Is probably one of the most difficult cryptocurrencies to trade over the last 2 years. So like a lot of these coins, REN has reached, okay, its 21-day moving average. Now, I got hurt here, right? Like this hurt. It breaks the 21-day, it skyrockets, and then, it fails. Failed here, failed here. Okay, what's going to go on here? I don't know. But it's a 4-day rally in certain coins. Past the 4-day rally, it could be an opportunity to reduce risk. Now, if you love it and you want to chase it, that's okay. If you're holding it, you can hold on for 4 days and see what happens. Okay, Luna is going quickly. Mana and sand to the Lunaverse. All right. Would you mind taking a look at Sol? All right, people. I'm coming. Don't come in all at once. All right, let's check out Sol and see what's happening there. I know people like Sol. All right. So for Sol, NFTs and gaming, right? A very good question given what I just said. So let's get the chart organized here. And let's take a look at Sol and see what support and resistance levels are holding. So Sol had a really decent level around $3.06, and it's kind of bouncing through it today. So this could be a really intriguing play, okay? Mainly because there was actually a big battle around $3.06. So I would say for Sol, there's a legitimate shot at a new high over the next 5 days. If the crypto market does better for 6 weeks, obviously this is probably going to be one of the bigger winners. Now let's go through Decentraland and Sandbox, because I know there's a lot of demand for those two coins. Okay, so we have Mana right here. Now, frequently it pays to buy these coins when they're down, right? But when you look at how these Metaverse coins have traded, okay, they're heartbreakers at the 21-day, right? This was brutal right here, right? They're just these brutal failures. So here's a brutal failure. Here's a brutal failure. Okay, and what's going on here? I think when it comes to these coins, I know you want to buy them. I know that, buying the dip in the Metaverse makes all the sense in the world. The question is, if you bought it today on the breakout, would you be in profit on Tuesday? Probably. Would you be in profit 2 weeks from now? I don't know. I don't know. So if you want to trade this stuff, you can trade it. Please trade it, right? Grab it, put a stop in. Let's go for a 4-day run and see what happens, right? Okay, Sandbox, very same thing. Now, I do like this chart better of all the charts, right? This one is looking decent, right? And probably would have made its way into altcoin overtime if I hadn't been trying this new format where it's kind of interactive, right? Where I'm trying to say, all right, let's talk to people a little bit. Okay, this does look like a nice ABC correction. So I think if I did a Metaverse trade, it would be in Sandbox. It would be, right? Because it's got the best looking Elliott wave formation and possibly the most upside if there's a 4-day spike. All right. What about the Chainlink chart? All right. Let's take a look at Chainlink. Okay. And I know somebody was asking for Cardano. I'll do that afterwards. All right. Now, Chainlink. So this is the daily chart, right? This is a different look than I normally give you. Chainlink's holding its 21-day moving average. I mean, I think people are going to own Chainlink even if the market is sideways or possibly even going down. Of course, if the whole market falls apart, sell in May and go away in a couple of months, no one's going to be safe. But in the meantime, Chainlink is acting like it wants to go up, right? In other words, if you see the overall market pause and no mess in equities, that's an opportunity for Chainlink to go up. So if there are Link Marines out there, Bill Noble and Token Metrics is on the Chainlink bandwagon. So let's turn around and take a look at Cardano, because Sanjeet's, asking. So ask and you shall receive on this show, right? Kind of a new component. Okay. So very interesting that people are after what they've given up on, right? In other words, this trade right here below $1.20, let's try a higher time frame on this. Okay. So it looks like there was a huge give up trade right where that rally started in July, right? Here's people giving up right here. Boom. That's everybody giving up on Cardano. And if you ask me, right, if you said, okay, what coins can actually rally hard, okay, if the rally goes beyond 4 days. I would say Cardano could be one of those coins. Why? Because it pays to be a value investor, right? Things like Rune. In other words, everyone's chasing Phantom, everyone's chasing Near. We still like Near, but who's talking about Cardano? Everyone says Cardano's dead. This year, it's not the crypto market, it's a market of cryptos. So do you have to rush out and buy Cardano today? I don't know. But if I was holding Cardano, right, I would let it run. The Cardano could run up to $1.60. Why not? Because the things that go up in markets like this are things that no one owns and things that people give up on, right? People gave up on Cardano just like they gave up on Chainlink and Rune. Okay, someone's asking about IMX. Let's look at that. Okay, Immutable X. God, really wish that this thing would just explode above 393, right? That's the 21-day moving average. Now, sometimes, right, when you're looking for a rally, the rally doesn't happen all at once. Everything doesn't go up at the same time. Now, prior to the market going down, I did get smoked, suggesting that sometimes it can be a good idea to buy things just below resistance, okay, expecting some sort of takeoff. So in Immutable X, if you wanted to try that, I don't think I'd blame you. If you're wrong, you're going to get smoked. All right, let me see if I can find an Immutable X chart that gives me more data. Hang on, stay with me. So again, I want to like Immutable X. I want to like this whole universe. But again, where's the rally above the 21-day moving average? You can make the bet that it rallies, but it makes me concerned for the overall metaverse that this hasn't turned around and taken off, right? Remember, I'm talking about a 4-day pump. So that means every coin is not going to participate. If you wind up with a 4-week pump, well, we know what happens with that, right? So I would wait for Immutable X to show up in token metrics indices or for its rating to start moving higher before I was comfortable getting involved. All right, let's see what else we got in here. Okay. Is 1 inch dead? Let's check it out. Is 1 inch dead? Okay, this is a good question, right? So, 1 inch had to stop taking Americans. And sometimes, if you have to ask if it's dead, it may not be, right? In other words, this to me, if we go to a higher time frame, actually looks like people giving up. It looks like people are giving up. I mean, it's not investment advice and it may not even be a good trade. And I know you're asking this question not because you want to initiate a fresh long, but probably because, you might be trapped. But this reminds me a little bit of Cardano, right? Everybody just sort of packed it in, right? And it seems dead. So, there was a big rally here where everybody, who was long got out. So I would say with 1 inch, there's actually some possibilities here. Anything as a DeFi related or as a DEX that's beat up is worth a look. It's worth a look because if a 4-day rally turns into a 4-week rally, right? But you really want to see it show you something, right? In other words, if this rally today, tomorrow, etc., into Monday, Tuesday is weak, then you're right. 1 inch is dead. Okay. So some of this stuff like Immutable X, all the stuff underneath the market has to follow. It can't be just Near and Phantom. Otherwise, it's a 4-day pump. right? All right, let's see what else we got. What do we have? We have ULV. Let's see if I can get ULV up here. Wait, no, I don't have that. Oh, someone's asking for ACH. I know that got added to Binance. It was a huge pump. Okay. All right. This is what I'm talking about not chasing things. I still don't get a market to chase, right? Obviously, there's a huge pump, and then it comes right off. So most likely, ACH is going right back into the range it was sitting in. I hate it when you get these Binance listing pumps and then it comes back down, right? It distorts the chart. Is ACH a bad coin? No, actually, it's not. I do like this idea of payment systems for 2022, right? I would wait for green candles and for bulls to show up. I'd look at this again on Tuesday. That's how I'd play it. Okay, DYDX, someone's asking for. Man, you know what? DYDX and perp. I know that perp doesn't trade well, but I can't get off this decentralized derivatives trading thing. You know what I'm saying? That stuff's like my kryptonite. You know, I look at this and I'm like, oh man, look at this. A theme I like. Everybody gives up. Everybody throws in the towel. You know, everybody who got airdropped, you know, throws it away and says, I'm done. And then it comes out. Let's see if there's a trend line going on here. Yeah, maybe. Right. In other words, it couldn't break the trend line here. Right. But it looks like it's actually breaking the trend line here. Let's see if I can drill it down to 4 hours. So if I take this to a 4-hour chart, doing a new mellow version of myself here. I don't know if you noticed that. It's kind of an experiment. So let's try this trend line. Okay, so that's the big trend line there. And here's like a smaller trend line. Ah, see? See what happens when I want a FOMO? Because you know I want a FOMO in this and perp. All right, folks, you got to wait for it to break out, right? You want to see the bump and run. You want to see it break out, come back, and then go. Okay, otherwise, it's just like a 4-day rally where everyone chases a bunch of pumps and then the equity market turns lower. So enjoy the 4-day pump. Love DYDX, love perp. Just make sure you say when you do a trade, you go, okay, it broke this point. It came back. It retested. I'm going to get long and I'm going to hold it and see what happens. If I get a winner, great. So everybody gave up at 6. It's not a terrible buy at 7.5, but don't buy anything at resistance, folks. Not with some of the stuff that we've seen, right? You know, buy stuff when it's down or buy stuff after it's broken out. All right, what else do we got? We did DYDX. I see somebody asking for Moon River. So let's check Moon River to see if it's the bigger the base, the higher in the space. Because I know Moon River was making a base. There was a big fake out. Okay, so here's Moon River, right? This is a really interesting chart, right? Oops. Okay. So here was the base, which I thought was going to be a slingshot for Moon River to go higher. And everyone gives up on this coin here. You can see the give up trade and you can feel the pain of this. Ouch, right? Everyone gives up. So this is a coin that we like fundamentally. And if you've been waiting to get involved patiently, I wouldn't blame you if you did. Okay, honestly, this, you know, and anything related to this interoperability Polkadot universe, could be something that you grab. So I'm definitely cheering for Moon River to come back, right? Because if you compare it to where it was at 420, right, it's absolutely gotten destroyed. So I would put Moon River in this like value investing category. All right. VeChain, oh my God. Yes. VeChain. Okay. So let's take a look at VeChain. And do us a favor, folks, hit that like button if you like the new chill version of me doing these requests, taking user calls, right? I know I'm trying to take as many of them as I can, so bear with me. You know what, folks? I got to tell you something. VeChain is like my kryptonite. I just can't not like it. I just can't not like it, right? VeChain, as it breaks through 9 cents, I'm kind of hoping this is a multi-day rally, right? I'm kind of hoping VeChain and frankly, I don't know, the entire market looks something like this. See if I can get the drawing up here. I mean, that looks like everybody giving up on VeChain. Back to this thing about value investing. In other words, if I'm gonna get hurt in crypto, I really don't want to get hurt buying something that the whole world is FOMOing into. I would rather try to buy something that everyone's given up on. Now, I think somebody was also asking for OMG. Let me check that out. Okay, yeah, this is the same thing, folks, right? You know, it did not pay to buy this thing. It hasn't paid to buy this thing above its 21-day moving average. Every time you did that, you got smoked. Okay. Now, is this different? Is that different? I don't know. I don't know. And I can't tell whether or not it was a liquidity event. I know that there was a lot of support here. So they did wash people out. Now, should you be buying strength in this? Maybe. You know, I would rather buy something that's totally destroyed, right? So this thing was at 18 and it went to 5. It kind of reminds me of visually of a Cardano. So, you know, in terms of risk reward, by putting the stop back below the 21-day moving average, you know, why not? Why not? I like stuff that's been destroyed. Let's see if I have MetaHero in that because I saw that come through. Okay, I notice a lot of like Metaverse stuff. Okay, this is the same thing, right? I mean, this is actually kind of nifty, right? In the sense that, you know, it held the trend line here. It held the trend line here. That was a pretty big battle right there, right? So MetaHero could be one of these plays where you're like, all right, you know, I watched this thing hold, and if this turns into a 4-week rally, you know, MetaHero can go up a lot. It was at 26 cents. It's now at 11. All right. Can I check Audius? Let's take a look at Audius. Okay, now, I always get in trouble with this, but I have such a hard time not liking Audius, right? This idea of decentralized content, of decentralizing the world of music, art, you know, I swear, every time Audius has tried to break out above the 21-day, you've gotten smoked. But Audius has banged on this diagonal line so many times, right? It banged on it here and it held, and it did so again there. So, not investment advice, but I kind of like Audius here. Honestly, I kind of like it, right? It's really not looking too bad. Spooky Shiba. I don't know if that's Shiba Inu or some other new meme coin, but I can take a look at Sheep. Okay. So once again, we have evidence that speculative juices have come back into the market, right? Because everybody is in a big hurry to grab these meme coins. Now, if you missed the entire rally in SHIB, would I blame you for wanting to get in now? No. I would say if you're going to speculate, it's not meme coins, it's NFTs, not investment advice. Okay. Buying meme coins on strength, you have gotten hosed. You've gotten hosed. You got hosed here. You got hosed here. And you got hosed here. Right? So this chart looks like a massive breakout happening, but the same thing was true right here. I say go NFTs over meme coins. Okay, Luna. Okay, check out Luna to see what's happening. All right, let's look at Luna. So, Luna, I had support. This is a chart I don't look at often, but it looks like Luna, the juicy buy was at 61, and it looks like everyone knew that because of this wick here. Now, if Luna is for real, and there's going to be another parabolic run-up, okay, it has paid to buy dips in Luna, right? Like this was a really ugly dip here. This was a really ugly dip here. Okay. It has paid to buy the dips, right? And Luna has given you a huge amount of gratification, particularly on moves back above the 21-day moving average. So if you like Luna and you missed it the first time, shoot your shot, right? You can put the stop back below the 21-day moving average at 74. I mean, yeah, okay, $4 is a lot in a $74 coin, but if you're going to risk $4 or $6 to make 70, if Luna goes to 130, then take the shot, right? I mean, I think you're going to get 4 or 5 days out of this rally, right? But if it turns into 4 or 5 weeks, it's worth it to take the risk. It's worth it. And if you get stopped and you come back online, you say, Bill, you're an idiot. I got stopped. I was like, okay, well, we did a trade and we got stopped. Because guess what, folks? If it's only a 4-day rally, okay, and the downside avalanche continues, you won't be upset if you get stopped. But if you do the trade now, all right, you put the stop underneath you and you get a huge rally, awesome, right? So all these people at 100 who are like, oh my God, I missed Luna. Well, okay. Now you take your shot because you don't know if it's going to be 4 days or 4 weeks. Okay. Oh my God, someone asking for EOS. Man, we got to give that person some love. Multicoin Capital said this was the original ETH killer way back in the day. Okay. Now in EOS, it has not paid. It hasn't paid to buy strength at all. Every time you try to buy this thing as it's going up, you've gotten smoked, right? I mean, it's happened, I don't know how many times. Okay. So, I mean, if you're looking to do a quick trade, maybe. If you've been hodling this and you're looking for some hope, all right, well, I'm not going to try to ruin your day, right? Because obviously, you know that everyone is giving up on this. Okay. That said, right, it is holding on support. So if EOS has been breaking your heart, okay, you know about all these failures. I don't know. If it's been breaking your heart, hold on to it because it's down where it started 2021. Right? In other words, there's always a surprise, right? Like nobody, even the smart money, missed layer ones last year. So somewhere in the world, there's going to be a sleeper trade. Is this one of them? I don't know. If it went up, it certainly would be a sleeper trade. We can replay this video and I might actually sound smart. But there's no way I'd be giving up on this right here, right? If it rallies and then fails, reevaluate. But I mean, it's people. I mean, look at this. If we went to an 89-minute chart, right? And I'm always talking about buying things after people have given up, right? I mean, look at this. Look at this right here, right? What is this? Is this early January? I mean, this is just people. This is just people going, oh, I'm done, right? That's a give up on an 89-minute chart. So value investing, right? I mean, would this be my first pick? No, but I recently read something from Red Phone Crypto where it says, you know what? The best trades are the ones where you go, you know what? This is crazy and everyone's going to laugh at me. So if you like EOS, I almost say go on liking it. If you've lived with the pain, maybe you can live with it a little more. The most important lesson is in 2022, stuff that's destroyed and people gave up on is stuff that's going to rally the most in bullish periods. Okay. Okay. Someone's asking for ENJ. All right. Engine coin, really want to like this. 21-day moving average is at 244. So we've got 2 days of green and we could have 2 more, right? Would I be paying up for this right now? No, because every time you've done that, you've gotten hosed, right? That was there have been 1, 2, 3 people are selling this thing at the 21-day moving average. So if it breaks out, all right, it's got to come back down and hold, right? Here's an example of where it came back but didn't hold, right? Here's an example of where it broke out above the 21-day moving average and held on a retest. Look in the bottom corner here, right, for Engine Coin. Just because it's green for 2 days, folks, that doesn't mean it's an automatic buy, okay? It doesn't. And I know you want to like this. I get it. But you want to do good trades at good entry points. Let's take a look at a shorter term chart, like a 4-hour chart. Okay. Again, you got a bunch of green candles in a row. So obviously this looks like people really want it. Just looking at it this way, if it took out, it might go to 256 on this run up. So if you're long it and you're like, hey, when is this ever going to come back? I think you might also be looking at 256 to see if something's changed. So you either want to buy it on a dip, and if you're hodling this, you want to see it above 256. Okay. Okay. Sol. I know I got somebody asking for Sol. I think we covered it. Let's just double check because I don't want this person to blow a gasket. Because I get it. Okay, so Sol, NFTs and gaming. I want to say we covered it, but if we didn't, okay, yeah, it's a nice bounce off $3.06. Okay, this is a nice bounce. And if there's a new high in the market, this is going to go up. And I think our indices are picking this in some of our indices. So if you're on tokenmetrics.com and you see Sol is highly rated, you can go with this one. All right, let's see what else we got here. Okay, someone's asking for Zilliqa. Okay, and I see crypto.com in there as well. Okay, now in something like Zil, right, where everyone has just totally given up, right, packed it in, said, I can't even draw on this chart because it's been so destroyed. Let's go to a higher time frame, like 3-day. Okay, so Zil clearly hit a big support point, right? Now, I would say that when you're trading crypto on this bottom, so this is Zil, this is the 3-day chart. You got to ask yourself, has the story on my coin changed? Are there any ways that they've improved the tokenomics? If the answer is yes, then go with it. Now, if I was long Zilliqa and I was stuck with this, that's a pretty good looking 3-day candle so far, right? That could be a reversal candle the way this was a reversal candle here. So I actually think there's some hope. I think there's hope in this coin. because they have tried to drill this below 6 cents 3 different times and failed. Now, if sellers, if sellers are going to take control again, well, I guess you'll know, right? Because they came in here, they came in here, and they came in here. How much more ammo can these guys have left, right? Now, I'm not a fundamental expert on Zilliqa, but I do like this idea of buying stuff that's destroyed. Because if it's a 4-week rally and not a 4-day rally, then the upside in these destroyed coins is huge. It's huge, right? Everyone's like, oh my God, I got to chase near. Yeah, maybe you do, right? I'm not picking on near, right? But some of this stuff that's destroyed has really got my attention. Right? Let's see if we can get Frax, because I got somebody asking for that. Hopefully I got the right coin here. Oh, I see. This is really interesting. I've seen people talking about this. All right. Now, this coin, you got to know your fundamentals. I know this is potentially one of these things that's connected to the use of a stable coin. Okay. So in an up market, it can be very interesting. Now, what I'm noticing in Frax, let me put the name of it up here so people watching this can know what they're seeing on the recording. By the way, folks, feel free to hit the like button hard. Okay. We love y'all. We notice that people hit the like button if I do these requests and take audience questions. So people are selling this above 42.5, right? There's something about 42.5 that's got everybody selling this after a 3x. Now, I'm not going to say this can't go up more, because this actually could. It actually could. The question is, how do you locate the trade, right? If you bought on any of these green candles during this year, you got smoked. You got smoked, right? So somebody has to demonstrate that sellers are out of ammo here. And if you're going to get involved in this, make sure you understand it, because it's pretty tough to understand. All right. Let's see what else I got going on in the chat. Cartesi and Litecoin. Okay, let's see if I can get Litecoin up. So hard for me to admit that there's nothing more to the future of money than Bitcoin. It's almost like I need therapy on that. Like Dash, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Nano. So tough for me to accept. Okay, so in Litecoin, let's go to a higher time frame. Let's go to like 2 days. Let's go to 3 days. Actually, let's go to something I have this compulsion for 4-day charts. I have such a hard time selling Litecoin after it hits support from its July low and then bounces, right? Now, I know, it's below its moving average. Let me stop effing around and put a weekly chart up, okay? I mean, the 21-week moving average in Litecoin is at 162. Honestly, on this rally, I'd be doing value investing. In other words, is it really going to kill you to pay 138 for Litecoin and put the stop, I don't know, at 117 or 125? In other words, if it makes a new low, you can get out, right? The low is, what's the low? What's the weekly low for this week? The weekly low is 120. What happens if Bitcoin takes off and goes to 52? So if you're stuck with Litecoin, wait 4 days and see how Bitcoin does, right? I have such a hard time selling this thing back down on its July support, right? If there's evidence, like if you look at Zilliqa, Cardano, Litecoin, all this stuff that's been destroyed in favor of other coins, there's a lot of signs here that you've got a completely washed out market, right? If you ask me, is this going to be a 4-day or 4-week rally and handed me this chart, I'd say 4 weeks. Other charts, I'd say 4 days, right? You don't know. But if you're stuck with Litecoin, I don't see any harm. I don't see any harm in waiting. Okay. Rune and Avax. Rune looks good, not investment advice. Avax probably got to come back above 97. Okay, crypto.com. I've seen people asking for that multiple times, so let's go through that. Okay, so here's crypto.com weekly. Now I'm going to the 1-day chart, keeping everybody engaged. All right, now with crypto.com, I'm starting to wonder if people are selling rallies. They sold rallies here. Okay. So, I think with crypto.com, you have to ask yourself, was that FOMO? Like, was this real or was this just like wild FOMO? Okay. I think crypto.com has to prove itself by getting back above, say, 50 cents. If crypto.com takes out 50 cents, I would go with it. If not, if you're trapped in this, okay, and the rally peters out in 4 days, then you're going to have to ask yourself, am I going to hodl this in a decline starting in May? So, if you want to buy it, you can, right? But, chasing big green candles normally doesn't work, right? If you get a dip, okay. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how does crypto.com look? I would say right now it looks like a 6, right? Maybe a little bit more upside. It might look better. But, if you're stuck in this, you may have company. You may have company. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. All right, somebody's asking for Bancor. Haven't looked at Bancor in a while. Interesting. Let's take a look at Bancor. Okay, somebody after my own heart here with a destroyed DeFi coin. All right, unfortunately, it keeps failing at its 21-day moving average, a 21-week moving average. I'm sorry, this is a 2-day chart. Let me see if I can get a weekly up here. Stay with me. Okay. All right, so here's the good news in Bancor. It looks like every time it's gone down, every time it goes up, people have sold it. But again, another coin back down at its July lows. Now, has anything changed for Bancor tokenomics? Is the project announcing anything new? Okay, I have such a hard time selling decent DeFi projects right at support, right? If you look at the big picture on this, destroyed DeFi coins are interesting to me. Destroyed anything is interesting to me, really, right? I know I wasn't exactly, thumbs up on crypto.com, but stuff that's destroyed is worth a look. Stuff that's destroyed in DeFi is worth a look. Because look, if you do a 4-day trade and it doesn't work out, who cares, right? But if you do a trade and you're in profit in 3 to 4 days, holy cow, maybe you got something you can hold for 4 weeks. So if I was long this and I would just wait it out a week, right? If not, I don't mind going shopping here, folks, especially if stuff's destroyed, right? Value investing for the short term. All right, let's see what else we got. Wow, we got a lot of stuff here. We got VRA. Let's see what we got for VRA. I'm just like working my way through the chat here, folks. Working my way through the chat. Bang on that like button. Okay, so I'm going to the daily chart in VRA. Okay, now not knowing anything about this fundamentally, all right, I would say in this, you have to be careful of the bear market rally. This is just me, right? In other words, this is clear. Actually, let me change my mind. This looks like a give up trade, right? This is clearly everybody giving up. And it looks like they washed it below support. Like they just killed this thing. So actually, this is interesting. This is interesting because if you look at it at a broad basis, they gave up on it right below its September low. So this would account for like the violent snapback, right? Here's the give up trade right here. Watch the rectangle move, right? And here was the support from back in September. So I guess the conclusion is if you're hodling this and you're already involved, well, you can stay that way, right? You can expect people to be selling upticks because, it's painful when you go from 10 cents to 2 cents. So you got a lot of trapped people in this. So you're going to see people selling rallies. But that said, if you wanted to hold on, you hold on after people have given up and after there's a liquidity event, right? Where people go, okay, I'm selling it below support. Everybody gets stopped out and then it goes up. So this is an example of value investing. Just honestly, the buy was probably 2 or 3 days ago. Okay. But if I was stuck with this, give it a couple days. Okay. Axia. Let's take a look at Axia. I know this is a big tokenmetrics.com winner. Jesus, look at this thing. Huge wick down. Folks, when something goes from 240 to 9, sometimes that can mean you take the money. Okay. Let's just imagine this can actually go even higher because, that's not the first time we've seen something go parabolic out of nowhere. I would say the best support point is probably around 7.4. And I honestly don't know that I would be chasing this right now. This is either a profit-taking thing or you want to wait. I don't know if this wick down is real or not, but I don't think I'd be buying strength in this. I think I'd either be taking my money or looking to buy a dip down to 7.4. All right, let's see what else. I thought over a year ago, Near would be a top 20 project and Avalanche would be a top 10 project. And I was right. I believe Lusco is going to be a top 10 project someday. All right. That's from Temple Ray. Interesting. Let's see if Lusco shows up in my system. It doesn't. That's a little interesting tidbit for you there. Okay. Glamour and Moon River allow Ethereum developers to build on DOT and Kusama because they're EVM compatible. Okay, interesting. All right. Let me ask you. Aiken is asking, what does an actual parabolic look like in crypto? Okay, good question. And I like this. So let's talk about what a parabolic actually looks like. I'm actually going to go back to my PowerPoint for this. So I don't know if you can see this, but if you see 2017 down at the bottom, okay, a parabolic rally is the type of rally where everyone is either not involved. That was 2017, right? It was like only this sort of hardcore crypto crowd was involved. Then the general public all at the same time goes, oh my God, I'm not involved. And then it just goes up only, right? There was actually a big correction in there, right? But basically a parabolic is up only, right? And there could be a 30, 40% correction. You just blindly buy the dip and it just keeps going, right? That's another sign of a parabolic. You can have a 30% dip and it just comes right back. And anybody who doesn't buy the dip misses out. Now, my thesis as of now is that the parabolic rally in crypto is a fourth quarter phenomenon of 2022. That's going to be after everybody gets blown out of stocks, right? So there's two ways to get a parabolic. Either no one's involved, that's 2017, or after everyone gets washed out. or everyone realizes that we need something new, right? I mean, can you imagine it, right? Imagine from May, July, and September and October, equity's just getting smashed. And everybody just goes, oh my God, this is such bullshit. We need a new system. We need new money. We need new technology. We need new everything, right? And everyone's like washed out of crypto. Everyone's rage quitting, kind of like now, right? Kind of, right? People are just like, fear was massive like 4 or 5 days ago, right? So to get a parabolic, you either need, sort of it to be like new and everyone discovering it at the same time, or everyone who loves it gets washed out and then comes piling back in again. All right. Well, that's how I would sketch out a parabolic. I've seen a couple requests for Hex. Don't mind charting it. Let's see if I can get Hex up here. Okay, so this is Hex versus the dollar, I believe. I know that one of the things that we discussed about Hex, let's try a longer term time frame, like 3 days. I mean, I think Hex has got to be above 23 cents in order for you to say it's good. I know this is real tricky. I know this thing can rally like crazy once it gets going. But, sellers appear to be active right there.
Hey, Bill.
Okay.
We can't see the screen.
Oh, right. All right. Okay. So again, sellers seem to be active in Hex, right? So bulls have to take charge, take it above 23 cents before you can be like, oh, okay. Yeah, bulls are back. Okay, right now, it looks like somebody's selling this, right? You have to remember, I think a lot of the big wallet addresses hold the majority of the supply in Hex, okay? Let's take a look at XDC. Okay, this is interesting, right? In other words, this is an example. This is the first time I've seen this today where something actually broke above the 21-day moving average here. And then it came back, right? It came back and retested it right there. So this could be something that, you could say bulls might be taking charge again, because I'm sure, as you well know from the pain, is that bears have just been pounding on this thing, right? I mean, every time this thing goes up, bears just kill it. So if today's candle holds and you get some stability over the next couple days, there's some hope here. There's some hope, because it looks like bulls are trying to take charge. Now, this is only a 4-day rally. Again, you really have to ask yourself, can this thing hold up? Okay, Pandit says, Bill, can you please take a look at Uniswap? All right, so this will be one of the last ones we look at. All right, so Uniswap trying to get back above that 21-day moving average. All right. Now, when I look at this, I'm like, I want to like DeFi. I want to go with something DeFi that's changed its tokenomics. So I can definitely feel that no one wants to be short Uniswap around 15. You can look at this battle right here, right? I mean, that is a battle between bulls and bears. Now, here's what I think about Uniswap. If Uniswap is good and Uniswap is going to be something that you can hold, I think Uniswap should explode in the next 4 days, right? In other words, I want to see synthetics, Uniswap, sushi all of these DeFi plays that I was frankly kind of in love with before the whole market shit the bed, right? I want to, show me something here, right? So yeah, there was this huge battle at 15, and I think the bulls are winning, right? I think they are, right? The question is, are they going to run into bears in 4 days? Now, if I was holding this and I was sort of stuck with it, I say stay with it. Stay with it for 4 days to see if they come back in. Because somewhere in here, folks, money is going to flood either into DeFi or NFTs, right? Say between now and March. There's going to be possibly a speculative trade. I'm guessing NFTs because I'm guessing equities people got to get out, all right? And there are certain components of DeFi that I think are interesting that have interoperability. So for Uni, okay, there was a battle at 15. Who won? We don't know yet. All I know is we don't want to see any more of these ugly wick candles like that. Don't want to see that. You see that? Uniswap's probably not going to be one of the winners. Rider 3 says Web3 will have its run. All right, folks. That's going to be it for me today. Friends, we appreciate you tuning in. If you like this channel, please subscribe. If you liked this content today, please hit the like button. I want to take your questions. I want to help you out. I want to give you the market update. All right. I strongly suggest you get a subscription to tokenmetrics.com. I'm going to be blunt. If you want to make money being long in crypto, you got to have our AI indices. Now, normally, I tell you who sponsors the show. I tell you who I work for. I wear the hat. Now I'm telling you point blank. If you want to make money in crypto this year with all this up and down movement, then you got to get yourself a subscription because, folks, I'm going to be leaning on those AI indices. I know I have to say something about the market every day, but, the crystal ball sometimes needs a little help. And I'm getting help from those indices. So in sum, I think we're going to rally into next week, and then we reevaluate from there. Okay, Ronald, I appreciate you. Matt, thank you so much. Okay, I always appreciate interacting with people in the chat on the way out. Token Metrics is undervalued. I appreciate that, right? Please tell your friends about us. DT, thank you. All right, friends, that's it for me today. This is your host, Bill Noble. I will see you tomorrow.